We here!
Yes, sir!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the 6ixYardBox podcast. This is episode 104, where today we are giving our official preview for the Club World Cup 2025. We are also going over the Nations League, where Portugal took the dub. France got third place, but also has gone out of the Nations League since we last talked. We're going to briefly go over that. I'm going to get my celebration out of the way, and then we are getting into the real business, where we are giving our preview in quick fashion, or long fashion, sorry.
All right.
Nice.
I'm excited for the Club World Cup, boys. And joining me for this preview, of course, we have Miles here to my left,
Hey, everybody.
Blake on the couch as well,
Hey, everybody.
and European champion, Antoine.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Are we gonna keep doing this
I promise-
throughout
You
the rest of the
promised me
summer?
for the
or
entire
what?
season until the next Champions League.
Oh, are
final.
you fuck off?
You know what? It was heat of the moment, and I'm already regretting it.
it's
So
so
I have
stupid.
to stick with it now.
This is
I have
what
to
I'm
stick with
saying,
it.
bro. Julian, you're such a glazer, bro.
No,
With
but I would
everything
do the same thing for you. I would
You
do the
would
same thing.
not call Arsenal
I would.
fan a European champion every time we talk.
I would.
You're such a liar, bro.
Clip it.
Sort of God, I would. Sort of God, I would. Well, once again, we're starting off with the PSG argument. Anyways, how are you feeling?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm okay.
Excited for the World Cup
Of the clubs?
of the clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's gonna be fun. I reckon it's gonna be fun to see teams that we don't normally see.
I-
I'm really excited to watch the Brazilian team.
But the Botafogos and the Fluminense.
Yeah. I think those will be really fun. And I think just the random matchups. And I think what's going to be really exciting for especially our generation of fans is like the random FIFA cards that we see playing for Al Ali or
Yeah.
like playing for like the random Egyptian teams. Like I think that's going to be a fun narrative that we get to experience. But I think it'll be a good tournament.
Especially after doing our research, I feel like we're now way more excited.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a fun thing to think about. Like, oh shit. Let me go back to where I was looking at. Sorry, I know what I meant to say. I knew exactly what I want to say. I wanted to pull it up. Group. I just can't find what group. Oh, there we go. Like, I think it'd just be really cool seeing like Harry Kane go like toe to toe with players from Auckland City.
Yeah.
Like that's
I-
quite cool.
You know what? I think there's going to be some 10-0 drubbings in this
Yeah,
tournament,
but,
and
you know.
it does scare me a little bit.
What?
What are you saying?
Why did that take you so long?
Because I wanted to be factual in the fact of knowing what group Auckland City were in.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
he just wanted
sorry.
to see the groups.
No, I was just trying to. Blake, I was on Group H. I needed to go back to Group G because I wasn't
You
sure.
could
if they were
really
there.
tell how
Group
knowledgeable we are on Club World
Come
Cup.
on. I'm sorry that I haven't
Nah, fair,
memorized
fair.
where all 32 teams.
In all
are.
fairness, I was up so late editing a YouTube video last night. I didn't do any research like I wanted to. So I know you guys have done your bits.
Dabble.
So you will have to carry a little
We'll-
bit. But I am really excited about it. I have to
carry our
say.
weight.
Yes, sir.
Just to give context, I got a text this morning. I woke up to a text this morning at around, was it 3 a.m. that you texted us?
I
Or
think it
was
was-
it this morning?
It's close.
Basically, Antoine texted the group saying, I've been up since 3 a.m. doing research on the Club World Cup.
No, actually,
So-
let me quote it.
How much
3
sleep
a.m.
how much sleep are you
Let me
on?
just quote it. Actually,
Go for it.
3 a.m. and I'm over here studying the Mamelodi Sundowns.
I haven't
love
even
that.
seen.
I love this is the fucking
Yeah.
commitment that we want.
Go
And
little
let me
team.
tell you, the Mamelodi.
How much sleep did you get?
No, a good 5 hours. We're good.
Oh.
A good 5 hours.
Yeah, that's solid. In this economy, we're good.
We're good.
What?
Boys, I really want to get into Nations League first. We don't have to get into it too much. I don't want to brag too much, but I would be remiss not to talk about Ronaldo and Portugal winning their third international trophy. I know, it is not the same as the big two.
It's okay.
It's the international equivalent of the FA Cup.
I was gonna say congratulations.
However,
It might be the Carabao Cup, guys.
it's the FA
No.
Cup. However, the celebrations yesterday with me, the rest of my family, really fucking enjoyed it. This semifinal and finals, not just because of the eventual winner, but because of the narratives going into the France-Spain game, because of how that led up to this final. It was Ronaldo versus Yamal for the first and maybe the only ever time. Just the stories that we got from this Nations League, whether you like it or not, are going to be told for a very, very long time.
I don't even think you needed that disclaimer, Julian. I was gonna say congratulations because now,
sir.
from seeing how the players treat this tournament, I don't think that it should go under the radar as a quote unquote Mickey Mouse trophy.
100%.
I think this is a well-established competition that has successfully brushed the useless friendlies to the side that we should be talking about as an important competition.
Yes. You know what? Yesterday, I actually went back and watched the 2019 Nations League final between Portugal and the Netherlands, and the celebrations there were obviously there, but the passion and the will to win and the eventual celebration was nowhere near the level of how it was this year. And that shows me that tournaments are only taken as seriously as the players on the field take it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you saw it from the semis to the finals that every player was giving it their all here, despite just completing an entire club season, despite some of them committing to the Club World Cup in just a couple of days. They gave their everything here. You saw Portugal. You saw Ronaldo crying at the end of the game. Conversely, you saw Lamine Yamal fucking pissed walking off as the trophy celebrations happened. You saw the Spain players so sad. You saw Morata crying because he cost his country again in a penalty shootout. But just you could see by how seriously this was taken that this is now, whether you like it or not, a semi-serious international competition.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
I love that too. And also looking at Portugal's path to the final and to winning the trophy, you had that extra time win against Denmark.
Yep.
Where it was very intense. I remember the quarterfinals of this tournament where it was 2 legs, and almost every single one of them went to extra time. So that was very intense. And in the semifinals, you come back from being 1-0 down against Germany and you win against Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
You win against Germany.
Yep.
And then the final, you beat Spain.
Yep.
So I mean, just from that alone,
I love it, dude.
going into this international break, if Portugal don't win both their games like they did, there's serious shouts, in my opinion, of Roberto Martinez getting sacked. Because after the disappointing Euros and the fact that his team didn't really have an identity, he didn't really know what he was doing. Obviously, it's been a really short time, but with Portugal, with having this generational side, they have so many excellent players across the board. You can't afford to be mediocre.
100%.
So if they had lost those 2 games
Yep.
over this international break, I seriously think that Roberto Martinez could have gotten sacked.
And there were moments where it looked rough. There were moments where the selection I looked really costly. There are a few players in particular that I was having some issues with, some players that I think should have started. We're going to get into the individual performances, who shined, who didn't. I think the Ronaldo selection is not as much of a problem as I once saw it because Gonzalo Ramos hasn't solidified his position at club level, even though I did think he looked solid when he did come on. I think the main thing with Ronaldo right now is maybe this is just my mind playing tricks on me, but he doesn't look like he's doing too much. He will get the ball. He'll try to distribute it. A lot of the times he will give it away, like for it until his goal. Pretty much,
He didn't have a great game.
he did not have a great game. I didn't think. But at the Euros, at the World Cup before that, you would see him get the ball, drift out to the wing, try to do some step overs like his 2008, and you just never saw it come off. Like he was trying to be the Ronaldo of old, and while there was once a day where he could do that, I think he now recognizes that that's just not the case anymore, and he just tries to simplify his game. I do like that, and he gets on the edge of these. He gets on the end of these great chances, which is something that you can never expect Ronaldo to lose. His instincts in the box, no matter how old he is, he could be 20, he could be 60 years old. I don't care. His
That'll
instincts
never
in the
leave him.
box of like knowing where to go will always be there more than a Gonzalo Ramos or anybody else in the world. And his ability to get there may not be the same, but like say he took his goal so well. The ball took a deflection coming in. He saw Cucurella moving towards it. He knew that it was probably going to go over him, and he adjusted very well. It was once going to go on his head, and then it's moving a little too far, and then he beautifully adjusts to just tap it in beautifully. It looks like such a simple goal, but that's instincts. That's instincts, right? And I don't know how 2026 is going to be. If you had told me a couple of years back that Ronaldo was going to be here for 2026, I would have called you crazy. I would have been very, very worried. A little bit, I still am. I actually would have thought that yesterday would have been a good moment for him to hang up the international boots. Just to call the story there and like leave it on a good page. But I'm still not as worried as I was maybe 12 months ago about us in 26.
This might sound a little bit crazy, but I almost want him to start in the World Cup just because of the images that we got yesterday from him winning the Nations League. You could tell that it meant so much to him.
Yeah.
Like just him crying at full time.
Yeah.
Him being upset when he's taking off after his injury.
Yeah.
After the game, he's saying that he had to fight through an injury. He got injured in training.
Yeah.
But he fought through it throughout the first half and beginning of the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that it brought us and all the images that we saw after, you just get reminded of this is one of the best players of all time
Yes.
that we're talking about.
And what he's done for his country, like we almost forget because in our lifetimes, we've never seen Portugal not qualify for an international tournament. Before Ronaldo, it was dark ages. We'd only made, I think, 3 out of 11 World Cups of all time. It'd been decades before, I believe, Figo that we had even made one. The Euros we had almost never qualified for. He's turned us from literal, like, imagine, I don't know, Serbia in a couple of years, or like 10, 20 years, being regarded as one of the best nations in the world. That's the kind of shift that has not just happened because of Ronaldo, obviously, but you almost forget
big part of it
that
is
that
Ronaldo.
we were minnows. We still are. We have a population of 11 million people. Like that's nothing even compared to some teams that have a fraction of our quality.
Also, think of the domino effect that Ronaldo doing good for Portugal did. How many of today's Portuguese players idolized him as a kid
Exactly.
and used that as fuel to become the best version of themselves on the pitch?
Exactly. And there's a whole other wave coming through as well.
I was thinking about this. I seriously think that this Portuguese team is better than the one that won the Euros in 2016. And I don't even think that's
Probably,
a ridiculous
yeah.
thing.
Easily.
This Portuguese team that is coming up is very scary. It is
Yeah.
very scary.
We say that every tournament.
But no, this time specifically, because now I guess with Roberto Martinez, it really seems like you have a manager that can optimize every aspect. Even though he bottled the generational talent of Belgium
yeah.
in 2018,
Oh my gosh.
you can still see that he is in complete control of this team and that he is optimizing everything that he has to the best of his abilities and that it's working. Even though João Neves is starting at right back, that might not be your favorite thing to see, but at the end of the day, what's working is that, right?
I thought Semedo coming on was good too.
It was good as well.
I think that like zooming out, looking at the full picture, I think what this does for Portugal winning the Nations League is, we're almost a year out from World Cup. I think it strikes real confidence in the team and for the
100%.
fan base,
100%.
for the country of Portugal
Yes.
as well. So I think, not that I want to see I don't really. We have that discussion later on, but I think looking on it from a fan who doesn't really care much for
Yep.
Portugal, I think it's definitely a good thing for you guys and something that you guys should be looking forward to.
I'm really happy about this, guys, and I understand the trepidations about it was only Nations League, but this is what we watch our countries for, confetti going off, trophies being lifted, and fans being happy. You're alongside your family members. This is what you want to see, and I was so happy yesterday.
Yeah.
So happy yesterday.
I wasn't even mad at Portugal winning. I think I was happy. I was happy for you,
Yeah.
and I was happy because obviously the best team got beat. But I as a French fan, I don't really mind Portugal being good. Obviously, I want my team to win. Obviously, I want France to do well. But I don't think I'll be upset at Portugal winning things if they do
Hell no.
later on.
Hell no. I think this Nations League in particular, I think coming into the semifinals, the narrative of Dembele versus Yamal really boosted up the Nations League spotlight as a whole. And then that carried in as well into the Germany-Portugal game. And then you had that semifinal. And then it carried into Ronaldo versus Yamal. And not just because of the Nations League being taken more seriously now, but because of the extra narratives that we had. I think that made this tournament extra special. I think that really adds value to this trophy for Portugal. The path that we went down, beating Germany, who we had not beaten for 25 years, and Spain, who has had our number for a long, long time, knocked us out in 2010, 2012, maybe even 2008, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. But they've always beaten us. They've always been a step ahead of us, even when we've had comparable teams on paper. And beating them in the final feels so good. Beating Germany in the semis feels so good.
Even in 2018, the draw, you guys still hadn't beat them.
Yeah. I don't even remember the last time we beat Spain. Genuinely, maybe in a friendly, but besides that, I don't know. This is great, man.
it's very exciting what's to come for this Portuguese side.
Let's talk a little bit about the game itself.
Sure.
How do we find Yamal's performance? I'm gonna say. I'm gonna start off that
Well,
way.
I mean, how do we find Nuno Mendes' performance? I think is a question we should be asking.
100%.
Because this guy has gone up against 3 of the best wingers this season and successfully shut all 3 of them up.
Yeah.
Is it more of a bad Lamine Yamal performance, or is it more of a normal or very good Nuno Mendes performance? So,
When was the last time we had an undoubted like best fullback? Like that player is the best. Just say left back now. When was the last time we had a player be the best left back? Undoubtedly, everyone can understand it.
probably Marcelo.
Maybe Robertson for a little bit, then Alfonso Davies.
yeah, but there was
and
always-
then
yeah, but there's
Theo
always-
Hernandez, but yes, it was always.
I think now
arguments about it.
comfortably, it's
And even
Easily.
the people that were saying Balde at the beginning of this, or like at the end of the season,
It's-
yes,
bro.
Balde has been very, very good.
Yes,
But you look at Nuno Mendes' season as a
Yeah.
whole,
insane.
it's incredible. It's
Yeah.
insane.
My dad was talking to me a little bit about Vitinha Ballon d'Or chances. I turned to him, I go, yo, Nuno Mendes Ballon d'Or chances. It's actually not going to happen. I know.
Yeah.
I'm not getting insane. It is not going to happen. But if you're mentioning Vitinha as like a dark horse Ballon d'Or contender, Nuno Mendes is ahead of him. Outside of that,
Carvajal tax.
what's that?
It's Carvajal tax.
Carvajal.
That's why
tax.
Carvajal was
Like
like
last year.
It's like the similar situation. Yes. Yeah. His goal taken very, very well. I thought Ronaldo was offside in the build-up for a minute there.
Yeah, me too.
Saying fuck Carvajal, mouthing it. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you yawned. I was like, I was
No.
about to crash the fuck out.
No. Sorry. But I hate Carvajal so much.
Why?
What did he do to you?
He like this. I don't. Do you remember this at halftime when we played Madrid away? He
Oh,
came
yeah.
onto the pitch even though he was
Yeah.
not playing, and he was giving shit to our players. I was just it just popped up in my head. I just remembered that.
Nah, it's valid.
How dare you show passion?
Yeah.
Nah,
How? What do you mean? For him? Are you crazy? How dare I show passion for hating him? Jesus.
I know.
Sorry, that was unprofessional of me. Continue.
Anyway, I thought Vitinha did have a good performance nonetheless. Bruno Fernandes was a little bit quiet, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're honest, Spain had the better game. Spain were the better side
yeah.
in the entirety of the 120 minutes.
I thought we were better from the second half. Like I think we both had chances, but Spain never scared me after the first half.
Yeah, but you could tell that they controlled the game more. Is what I mean.
I honestly don't.
I think they did.
I think second half we looked like the better side, and the extra time we got way more.
When
chances.
Rafael came on, that was yes.
man of the match performance for Martin, man.
For
For Martin. Zubimendi.
oh yeah.
I was just about to say, Zubimendi looked really
Yeah.
good, and he looked really good against France as well.
I mean, I guess it just goes to show how much depth Spain really have
Exactly.
and how
Like
good
he
they are.
probably won't be starting for them at the World Cup.
Yeah,
with Rodri
because
back.
Rodri's would be back.
Yes.
But I mean, you have Zubimendi, who is going to reach a top club, playing this at such a high level, and then you have Oyarzabal.
I think he's gonna be really good for Arsenal.
Like you have 2 players playing for Real Sociedad right now that are playing extremely well for the national team.
Yep.
That's insane. You're
Dean
not even
Huyson,
mentioning-
Dean Huyson as well. I thought looked really calm. Like I thought he looked really solid.
It's the eyes.
It's the eyes.
You don't see he has like sleepy eyes.
Yeah, it looks kind of high.
He does look high all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't even know, man.
He looks calm all the time, but he also plays like he's calm, which is crazy.
You hear what Raya said about him?
Yeah,
He just said that he was a top player, and he was like, he doesn't
he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't care what anyone thinks about him. That's why he's so good. He
Who?
has the mentality to be
Dean?
the best.
Dean
Yeah.
Huyson? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. It's hard for It's so funny to me that he's gonna be playing at Madrid next season. Like, great for him, totally understandable. But I just think of the players that they have, and then you just have this you have the likes of Vinny and Mbappe, and then you have this really tall, lengthy motherfucker that's 19
That's
years
so
old.
calm.
He just looks like a little. He's just looks like a little kid. He's tall and lengthy. He's some kid you would see out on the playground just kicking a ball about.
How do we think he'll do at Madrid? We haven't really touched
I mean,
on
I think
that.
he'll do very well. The one thing that Madrid,
Wait, who?
Dean.
Oh,
I don't think he'll probably not start right away, and maybe he will. Honestly, I don't know if Xabi Alonso will like him or not. But the one thing that Madrid needed this season, and that you could tell was missing,
Yeah.
obviously
They also might play a
obviously
three.
their midfield was a little bit
So-
lacking because of the fact that Valverde was playing right back, and he wasn't available in the midfield. But for me, the thing that they needed the most is a ball-playing center back.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did we see Rudiger and who was it playing? Asensio.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't cut it at some point, right? In terms of ball playing, in terms of building up from the back.
Yep.
Dean Huijsen will be a great addition to this Real Madrid team, I think, just because of the fact that he's so adept with his feet and he's such a good ball playing center back.
Mm-hmm. Do we still want Rafael Leão at Arsenal?
Yes.
There are other options
What?
I would prefer.
Bro, I hate this narrative, guys. He's good. He's
I think
better than Martinelli. He's so far.
Oh,
superior to
100%.
Martinelli.
Yeah,
100%.
he's good. I'm just
100%.
there's some like I would prefer
Every
the
time I've
left
seen
winger who
him,
played against him this weekend.
what's that?
Oh,
You prefer Nico Williams?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They're both cut from the same cloth.
Loki,
honestly.
Loki,
Like,
it's Rodrigo or bust. Loki, guys. Well, not Rodrigo
I
bust.
just, I can't believe.
Anyway, you were
Yo.
saying?
every time I've seen Leão step on the pitch for Portugal, I'm wondering why he doesn't start, because he's incredible for us. I know he then goes to AC Milan and has some patchy, mixes of performances, but every single time I've seen him play for Portugal, like against France in the Euros, this guy was on fire, bro.
I mean, against France, we were talking about the entire tournament. Koundé was locking up everybody.
And then Leão
And
just
then Leão kind of
my
exposed them a
God.
little bit. I got really scared when Leão was on the ball every single time.
Yes, that was our only bright spot in the entire game.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why we're starting Pedro Neto in games like this, but it's not that he did horrible in this one, but I don't know, man.
I think after this performance, Rafael Leão will be starting.
I really hope so.
I think he's
really hope
solidified
so.
a spot now.
Yamal's performance yesterday. I was thinking about this afterwards. It's not that he was doing a bunch of shit that wasn't coming off, but almost for the first time ever, I've watched a Yamal performance and almost forgot he was there. Especially in the second half, I'm like, damn, this kid's quiet. I've never ever said that about a Lamine Yamal performance. He could do shit. He can cut inside and take a shot. Maybe it'll go well wide, but he's doing shit. And he's crossing the ball in the box. Maybe it won't come off. Maybe he's trying dribbles and it won't come off. But I just did not notice him after the first 45.
Like, that was the first time that I've seen Lamine Yamal kind of scared to take on his men.
Yeah. Yeah,
In the first half he tries, but as you say, in the second half he's very quiet and he's usually passing the ball back to his midfielder.
I've also never seen him defending that much. Like it was Nuno Mendes putting him on a plate more than it was the other way around.
On the second goal,
chef's kiss.
it almost seems like
There's
he's
even
not trying to defend.
you notice that moment in the second half where he did that that turn where it was coming to his left foot
and then
he
he
just
drags it to it.
oh
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. But yeah, I didn't see Yamal he almost didn't look interested. It was almost like he won the tournament once he beat France and Dembele, and it was just like,
You think so?
I know he's not actually thinking
Right.
that. He was smiling before the first half. Like he posted on Instagram like I was born for this. But hey, man, history will always remember. If Yamal is like contending as one of the GOATs in a couple of years, we will always remember that he could not beat Ronaldo in this game.
Will we?
We remember all right.
Yeah.
We remember.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. We'll remember how this game went. And will it matter that much? Probably
it
not.
won't, yeah.
But the fact will always be.
Maybe if you bring it up, I'll be like, I'll dig for a little
please,
bit, and then I'll be like,
Julian.
oh yeah,
Julian, please.
The fact
Please,
will
you're doing
always
so well.
the fact will always be that
he could be Ronaldo.
that picture will exist
The
of
number one.
Yeah, the 17-year-old could. Oh my god, bro.
Yep. Oh. I was telling Blake about this yesterday. This is like MJ versus Kobe in the All-Star game. Where it was like a transfer of eras.
Are you talking about when did that happen?
Like 98 something?
Okay. Anyway, you're wrong about it mattering. It just doesn't matter. About Lamine Yamal when he was 17, not winning the Nations League.
He's already the best player in the world.
Yeah. I mean,
It doesn't like
No,
what
this is
narrative
not
are
a
you trying to
stain.
push,
This is
bro?
not a stain
That's
on
what you,
Yamal's
that's what
legacy.
you just made it as
This
though.
is not
It's
a
not a-
stain on
it's not a
Yamal's
stain on his
legacy.
legacy.
I'm just saying we'll be I
No
will
one- dude,
bring
no
that
one-
up in the
Yeah,
conversation.
because you're a Ronaldo truther. Like no one, the normal fan is not using that as a narrative at all.
But you're going to
ever.
see it. Whether you like it or
No,
not.
we're
you're going to
not,
see it.
dude.
You're going to see it.
Like, I don't think it's a stain
gonna
on his
see it.
on his career.
It's not
but,
a stain,
but
dude.
I
It's
think
not a stain.
I think it'll be used for him as a building block into
Yes.
becoming.
Exactly.
It'll serve as a lesson.
Yes.
Exactly.
Basically.
A lesson.
The fact that he was upset after full time means everything.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I can.
And I
totally
was
agree
seeing,
with that.
if I'm honest, I was seeing too much hate on Yamal after the game because right as Portugal lifted the cup, he walked
away.
off, and that was getting clipped up as like, oh my god, this arrogant little something something.
Really?
Like I can't believe he did this. But they cut the video right as you start seeing the other Spain players walking off
Oh,
with
yeah.
him, and it's like the
And-
entire team walked off.
Nah.
As soon as the trophy is lifted, you have every right to walk off the field.
Yeah.
Look-
You are not chained there to watch the celebration.
He kind of deserves it though. If he's gonna have this,
Why?
well, I'm gonna explain
He
it.
was gambling his aura.
If he's gonna have this aura about him that he's the best in the world
Yep.
and he's gonna act like he's better than everyone, even though he's 17, which I'm not saying he's not. He clearly is. When he loses, he's gonna get scrutinized. When he doesn't have a good performance, he needs to get scrutinized.
But that's always happened with the best players in the world.
So then,
So
let it happen.
He's actually like almost never lost in this kind of
So
moment.
then let it happen.
Where he is
So
talking.
let it happen. I don't think we need to say that he's
No, but
getting
I'm
too
just
much
saying the
hate.
hate is being taken too far where you're taking clips out of context just to hate for the sake of hating
Sure.
on a 17-year-old.
Sure.
It speaks
But
so
just
much.
let it happen.
We can criticize the performance, and that's what we're doing here.
It
but
speaks
it's a
a
whole
lot.
different thing to call him like a prick and arrogant and like just like an asshole for walking off
But
during
sure.
the opposing team's
But
trophy
he is very
celebration.
arrogant. It's rightfully
He
so.
is, and there are other reasons for that, and there are other moments.
So
you can
let
point to
him
to
let
back
him
that
have
up.
his moment down, like what Antoine said. Like use it as fuel to the fire to make sure that next time this doesn't happen. So I don't really hate the if it goes too far, sure, but I don't hate this for him.
I mean, the fact that it's even getting to this point where he's getting criticized for being arrogant. All the best players in the world were doing that's what would happen to Messi after a bad performance.
Yeah.
That's what would happen to Ronaldo.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what's happening to Mbappe after
Yeah.
every bad performance.
Yeah.
It just shows how good he really is.
That-
and how much
the fact that he
how much
is getting
people want to
criticized
see
that
him
hard.
lose,
Yes.
because he's so good. So many people want to see him.
Well, also
lose
his
and-
ambition as well shows like how at such a young age he knows he can reach that top level and how badly he wants it. You know,
Odd question for you guys before we get into the other conversation of today. Taking off silver medals right after you get it put on, yay or nay?
I'm not a
It's
fan.
fine.
I'm not a
taking
fan.
off or keeping on.
No, like when the losing team is coming across, like they get their medals put on, they take it off right away. Are you a fan of that?
It's fine. I
I'm
get
not
it.
a fan.
I'm not a fan of that.
No.
Oh,
I don't care. I think the fact is though that when a player does keep their second place medal on, Twitter or social media will just like take it to like, oh, look at him happy finishing second. Look at him.
Oh no, I was.
lads, you've lost something before. You've lost a game.
Exactly. No, I just
Yeah.
Take it off. Take it off. It's fine. You didn't win.
I see it more
It's
as
fine.
arrogance rather than
No,
wanting to be better.
I disagree.
Really?
Just take it off in the dressing room. Don't
We're not asking you to hang it up in your house.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
I sort of disagree.
It's
with
overanalyzed
that, but
already.
It's It's just it's one of those small things that you notice in football. That's just like really all right.
I'm just like if an Olympian took off their silver medal
That's different
during
though.
the ceremony. I know it's like
An Olympian's
quite
going
the-
up against every single person in that sport in the country, in the world. Sorry.
you could say this. Any silver medal is going up against the competition. If they come second at the competition, it's
No, I know, but a silver medal of the Nations League is not the silver medal of a fucking Olympics, Julian.
you came second. It's the same concept.
No, but the polarity of those two things are vastly different. Why are you arguing with me on this? You're just wrong.
Why do we argue?
This is so dumb.
We have the stupidest arguments.
Cause you don't like to admit when you're wrong, Julian. You don't. You don't. I will always fucking have this narrative with you. You're trying to tell me that they're both second place. Yeah, but they're different. You and me live in homes, but they're different. They look different.
Let's move on, guys.
Oh please.
What'd you make of the France performance against Spain?
Against Spain, well, I obviously did not like the first 70 minutes. Over the last 4 years, I've never really been
You've been low on
transported
them.
watching this team. I mean, it's always the same style of football. Didier Deschamps has tactics that are way outdated.
Didier, man.
He can't keep up with the new managers, the new gens, the De La Fuentes, all these top coaches that actually have tactics. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't have tactics, but I mean, coaches that actually have like a vision of how their team should play. Deschamps has always stuck to picking his favorites, Rabiot, I dare I say Mbappe right now, and just hoping it works. Didier Deschamps hopes that Didier Deschamps is relying on Mbappe's form, in my opinion, for the French national team to be good. That's what I see it as. I don't think Mbappe right now, in the form that he is in, and what he brings to the team, should be starting for France. I don't.
Wow.
All right. Well, clip farm there.
No, I'm not gonna clip this up because I don't want people, because I know what the comments are gonna be like. It's very clear to me, but it's always the same problem with Mbappe. It's the defending. It's the off the ball work.
I guess, yeah.
And with the way that Didier Deschamps has us playing, it does not suit Mbappe's play style whatsoever.
It doesn't.
Mbappe is very good in acres of space, running in behind. When he has no one in front of him, just speed. It's always been like that.
Yep.
The reason why we were so good in 2018 was because we had so much space, and Mbappe had so much space in front of him. I'm thinking of that penalty provoked against Argentina to make it 2-1. He is running, and then I think it's Machado or someone like that, or something like that tackles him in the box. It's now I see Mbappe, and I see a player that wants to prove to people that he can do what all the top players in the world are doing.
Yeah.
Against Spain specifically, I see him doing all these back heels and these fancy passes. In my head, I'm like, does this guy want to prove to us that he can play or he can do the things Lamine Yamal could do? Like, he's not the same player. They don't have the same strengths. Yet Mbappe wants to prove to everyone that he can do the same thing, but it doesn't impact France's game whatsoever. And he'll score and he'll get an assist, but I don't know. It's hard for me to explain why I don't think he should start. But I truly think, and this is really fucked up to say, but I really think if Mbappe gets an ACL tear before the World Cup,
Wow.
we might win the damn thing.
All right. So I think we should move on.
Let's move on.
Oh my God.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Wow.
But
All right.
I don't think Didier Deschamps should be relying on Mbappe as much as he is.
Do you almost wish that you guys didn't almost come back? Because
Yes.
then it would have been 4-0 or 5-1,
Yes.
and the optics would have been so bad that he would have had to get sacked.
Absolutely.
I agree.
See, this is another reason why I'm so low on international football, and it's probably jealousy, because you guys are talking about your two best players, yours of all time, yours right now, and you both don't want them to start. My best player, Lewandowski, won't even fucking play for my coach, and you guys are looking at me expecting me to love this.
That coach is gone.
international
That coach is
football. I
gone.
know,
Don't
but
worry.
still, and it's like, again, it's not your fault, but you guys are in such a luxurious state where you can literally have a reality where your best player of all time, your best player right now, cannot be in the team, and you can still envision a team that is worth watching and that could win a trophy.
At least your club's good.
They don't win trophies either, so
Yeah, Antoine's he's just living the life right now. You know,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, fuck, man.
World Cup final, one of the favorites to win it again. Team just won the Champions League.
No, I don't think we're favorites to win it at all. I'm scared. For
I'm
next
saying
World Cup.
one of. You're probably
I'm
probably
scared
top
for next
3.
World Cup.
Probably
I'm
top
really
3.
scared for the next World Cup. If things don't change,
You should be, because Kazakhstan's coming, and you better.
I was
you're
thinking
on
we
the
might
train,
get
you're
grouped, but
off.
then I realized there's 36.
Bro,
30,
I
36
forgot to mention, we were having the conversation about how your World Cup qualifiers is more important than Nations League. Disagree now, because with 48 teams being qualified for every World Cup now, it's like, is it as important? Is Italy going to miss the World Cup again? I think they
I
could
hope
be
so.
shit, and they're still.
That'd be fun.
I think they still make it in. I don't think we're gonna have another like big team almost missing out or missing out again. I don't think that's gonna happen now with 48 teams.
Who do you root for in the World Cup?
Who do
Like,
I
who's
root
higher,
for?
Portugal or Canada?
Probably Canada. If like
You
they,
could have said Portugal. I wouldn't have hated you.
I'm more used to cheering for Portugal, and I'm almost more inclined to cheer for Portugal because I have a higher chance of happiness. Let's be
fair.
real. But like Canada's equivalent, if Canada makes the quarterfinal, is equivalent of Portugal making like the final
Yeah.
or winning it. I don't know.
Yeah. That's probably like me and Paul.
You're cheering for different reasons. This has been like a philosophical question in the Betancourt family for my entire life is like, if Portugal and Canada played against each other, who are you cheering for?
You gotta go Canada. Maybe not your higher ups, but I feel like you gotta go where you live. If you lived there your whole life, I don't know.
I said, you know what? I'm getting a half and half jersey.
That's crazy.
Jesus. No, I couldn't do that.
Lord.
Anyways, let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this episode, lads. Let's see our time code for this. We are about half an hour in.
Okay.
It's good. That's solid. Let's get into the Club World Cup preview, though. I don't know what the gauge is for like excitement on this tournament, but I feel like it's really gone up over the past couple of months.
It's gone up
And-
in the past 12 hours, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like the more you look into it, you look at the teams, you look at the players that you're going to be
That's what I
watching,
started doing.
then the more excited that you're feeling for it. I know Antoine's done a lot of research for this, so I'm gonna let you lead a lot of this part. But me, I am a little bit uninformed. I wanted to do research last night, but didn't really get the job to. But I'm an optimist for this. I'm excited, but you're gonna have to teach me a little bit. I have to say.
Sure.
We're also giving out our predictions for player awards, like dark horse, biggest flop, players, teams to watch, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get there when we get there. You want to start us off with a little preview on Group A, Antoine?
Sure.
All right.
Group A is probably one of the most interesting ones in my opinion. The one that
think so as
I'm
well.
most excited to watch.
Yeah.
It's Palmeiras, Porto, Al Ahly, and Inter Miami.
Yes.
Now, are we doing like how we think this?
We don't
this
have
is
to.
gonna
Just
go?
like a
Yeah, that
a
might
brief
be
little thing on every
Yeah,
team.
Like you watch MLS a little bit.
I do.
How do you feel about Inter Miami?
Yeah, I was saying earlier, for them, it seems like they're never going to be a product of their coach. You talked about Tata Martino. You said, how does he, fit in that team so far? They're just going to be a product on the players that they sign.
No,
Is
that
it
was
is it not
before. It's Mascherano
Mascherano?
now.
It's Mascherano now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Exactly my point, though. Exactly my point. It's never going to be about the coach. With Inter Miami, it never is going to be. You need a coach to lead the guys. But when you have Messi, Suarez, and Jordi Alba, and you have that chemistry, and you have the surrounding pieces of that, Inter Miami hasn't even won with Messi yet. But they're always going to be in there. They're always going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
You have those three guys.
And they've been saving their bodies for it. They're going to take
Well,
this
and that's the
seriously.
thing. So they're going to be good. I think they could actually get the second place in the group.
Yeah.
Really.
But it's going to be tough for
I'm
them either
really
way.
not. I did my research. I'm really not inspired with this Inter Miami team.
They're on
were-
a good run of form. They've started the season really badly,
Yes,
but they're on a good run of
I
form
was
now.
actually I was talking about Tata Martino. Ever since Javier Mascherano has joined the team as their head coach, it's not been as good as what it was under Tata Martino. And I'm looking at a team that isn't dominant in getting their wins, right? It's a lot of MLS teams I'm here I'm not really high on. I think the MLS this year in the Club World Cup will be the league with the least amount of representation in terms of later on in the
Yeah.
competition.
Well, it depends on what happens. Like, this is like another thing of why I'm big on another team that I won't get into, but it's just if the MLS teams can withhold the attacks of the bigger and more possession-based teams, and if they can get on the counter. Well, Inter Miami isn't really a good counter team. Like, they're okay, but they don't have the speed to be a great counter-attacking team. They have the quality to do it nonetheless. So they can
Absolutely.
make ticky-tacky passes, get through here, and then eventually get a ball to Suarez or Messi, and they can do something magical. So I get it. You don't have to be high on them. I think despite the manager change, they've kind of been they've kind of been the same spot. Like, they were tops last year, whatever. I get it. I still see them being a bit of a chance, a small chance.
This might be insane. I don't watch MLS, but from what I've seen and from the research I've done, I put Inter Miami fourth of their group.
Really?
I put them bottom of the group A.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay. That's
See,
fair.
my big thing is like FIFA would love if Miami went through.
Yeah, but I mean they're not gonna rig games, are they?
Well, that's why they're in it. It's because they're the host city.
yeah.
And they won the whatever the fuck it's called.
No. It's
When-
because they're the host city.
No. When they sealed the best record in MLS last year, that's when the video went out of Gianni Infantino saying that they won it because they win I don't even know what the trophy is called if you get the best record MLS, but he said it's for that as well. LA Galaxy didn't get in for winning the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
So,
it's
yeah,
also not just going down in Miami, is it?
No.
No.
It's going down all
But
over
that's
the
my
place.
point.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Like, on one of the websites, I forget where, but anyway, it said that It's stupid, but
Porto, I am
What are you?
feeling good about.
Okay.
I'm feeling good about Rodrigo Moura.
Yeah.
I said it in Brazil.
If he's still playing for Porto at the time of the Club World Cup,
I think he
there's-
will be.
There's many shouts
I think he
of
will be.
PSG wanting Rodrigo Moura.
you guys know who plays for Al Ali?
Zizo, Trezeguet.
Trezeguet.
Yeah.
The Aston Villa Trezeguet.
So Al Ali is one of the clubs I did the most research on. This is the
Nice.
biggest club in the history of African football.
Yep.
They're actually, fun fact, they have the most trophies of any club in the entire world.
Nice.
They're on top of the trophy
Wow.
count. in
They're
terms of
known as
clubs.
the club of the century in Africa.
Really
They appeared
Bigger
in the
than
Club World
Madrid,
Cup
some
10
would say.
times.
bigger than Madrid in terms of trophies, that's for sure. But in Africa, I know here some people are not very hyped for the Club World Cup, but in Africa, in Egypt, in Tunisia, in South
Yeah.
Africa, everybody is so excited.
That's a
And
good
it almost feels
a
like
good
Al
point.
Ahly, being the top club that they are
Yeah.
in Africa, have the obligation to be efficient in this tournament. I have them second in this group because I think a lot of people are underestimating them. And it all relies on them beating Inter Miami in the opening game, I think.
Wow. So so where do you have Palmeiras then?
I have them third. Palmeiras third. Yeah.
I feel like Palmeiras might be a team that
I would love a Palmeiras run.
I would love a Palmeiras run too because they have Esteval, obviously, and I would
Yep.
love to see him later in the competition.
I think they're big underperforming candidates. Like I think
Really?
they just well, so it's only the top two go through,
top
right?
two go through. So for me, I guess as well, they're underperforming.
I think they might have like 3 really disappointing games. I
Yeah.
can really see that happening, and I can see Esteval just not doing it, and then everyone's gonna lose the hype train.
Well, I mean, there would be more hype on him if he wasn't already going to Chelsea.
That's
know?
the thing.
And but the
There would
amount
be
of
more hype on him.
No, I think if he was just an unknown prospect, put up great performances in the Club World Cup, and then all of a sudden you have
if we
like
discovered him from the
which
Club World
club is going to
Yeah,
sign him,
yeah.
whatever.
That would be
Ram,
nice.
It's like a James Rodriguez situation type of thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, but he's already going to Chelsea and joining the other 1,700 wingers on that squad already. It's like, I almost feel like his career is going to be ruined before it even starts.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Same how I feel with Quenda, Jamie Gittins, who's apparently going to Chelsea now. Like,
Look,
it's
I know this term is the comparison is thrown around a lot nowadays, but this guy, his nickname is Messinho. So to be compared to Messi is massive, right?
yeah.
You don't just get compared to Messi and you go on to have a mid career.
Yeah.
You get compared to Messi because you truly have real potential to become someone
Understood.
great. I don't think he'll flop in this tournament, but I think looking at Palmeiras' team as a whole, I don't think you can rely on one player. Obviously, they have a couple players in there that do stand out, but I think they'll finish third in this group.
Valid.
A lot of African teams, I think, are going to go under the radar in this tournament.
Fair.
So your final prediction is Porto, Al Ahly, Palmeiras, Inter Miami.
That's right.
That's a solid prediction.
Yeah.
Solid prediction. Porto has had a pretty underwhelming season in Portugal.
Yeah, we need to talk about that too.
They finished third, but it was like a far and away third.
Yeah, and in Portugal, finishing third is unacceptable, especially for Porto,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Two-time
If you're
Champions League winners.
if you're one of the big three in Portugal, finishing third is a trip. It's
Exactly.
just
Not even not finishing first is scandalous.
Yes.
We're gonna get on to Benfica later, but I think they've had a frustrating season for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get to it when we get to it. Shall we move on to Group B boys?
Well, Group B,
B boys with the game of the group stage, I believe.
really? You think
Atletico versus PSG.
so? So PSG, Atletico, Botafogo, and Seattle Sounders.
God, it's gonna be it's gonna be an assault.
Yeah, we
A
can.
little research on Botafogo, bit?
No, not really. That was the one Brazilian team I kind of didn't really touch on, other than the fact that they didn't do well, or they're not doing well in the Brazilian league right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't really have much to say about them.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Seattle Sounders. I know you're more familiar with MLS.
Yeah. The one thing I did realize is that Jordan Morris, who's like their main striker, has been for years, is out. So that's a big thing for them that
Okay.
they're going to be missed. They've been on the same trajectory as Toronto FC. It was Toronto FC and it was Seattle Sounders battling out for like who was the best in MLS for a couple years in the late 2010s, 2016, 17, 18, blah, blah, blah. Then they both kind of took a little bit of a downturn. Seattle Sounders not as bad as we. But they definitely have, I don't know, an outside chance to do something. They won't get in the top
Okay.
two, but they'll be decent enough to watch,
Really?
I feel
Blake,
like.
they have
Yeah.
Stephen Fry.
They do have Stephen Fry.
Wow. Do you know who else they have? Ryan Kent.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seattle
Yeah.
Sounders is Ryan Kent.
Yeah.
FIFA.
That's what I
20
mean. Like they have
legend.
they have a couple random people that you might not hate watching.
Mhm.
They're not gonna win anything, but
I wanted to add in a point, Antoine, you alluded to back about Group B with, Inter Miami. I think that
Group A.
did I say sorry. Group A? I think that if these MLS, I think the one advantage that these MLS teams have, which is pretty obvious, is that they're playing in the States, and I think that,
That is true.
especially for a team like the Seattle Sounders, who, fun fact, they average around like 45,000
travel
fans
well.
each game. I think that if they can, like Blake, like you said, they travel well. If they can, get the fans behind them because they're on, home soil, I think. I mean, obviously, I think Seattle's not a great team going up against these three other teams, but you never know with the support. Hopefully, you can get behind them, especially at Lumen Field. I mean, it's known for when the Seahawks play there is like the being extremely loud for their fans. So, yeah.
And you know what? Call me an idiot, but I'm low-key cheering for the American teams a little bit because if they do well, it's massive for footy on this continent.
Yeah, that's
It just is.
That is true.
It is.
Absolutely.
It gets the hype going already, even before the World Cup comes here in a year's time. So
true.
a little woke take from Julian, but it's just that's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Do we want to say anything about Atletico Madrid or PSG? I mean, we've talked about them.
Dembele's out for the group stages.
Fair.
Oh,
Okay.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he is. That's the biggest thing in terms of PSG. Atletico. I mean, the standings of this group is very very straightforward.
Yeah.
I think it's in the exact order that the group is presented. So PSG, Madrid, Botafogo, and Seattle Sounders. That's what I have.
Yeah.
That's not how I have it, but fair.
You have three, four interchange.
No, I don't have it
Same
Oh, really?
presented.
It's
Same.
it's by alphabetical order.
for us.
Anyway,
Okay.
doesn't matter. Group C?
Group
Group
C.
C.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see an assault on
So,
on Sunday.
but see, this group is kind of interesting.
I like this group
For
as
the
well.
second place.
second, third.
Yeah. Second, third is going to be like an interesting little battle.
For sure, absolutely. Benfica and Boca Juniors, who
Yeah.
actually let's talk about Auckland City first.
Go ahead.
Quickly, they're not even a professional team. They're a semi-professional team making the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know how Blake feels about that.
Well, I would like to say,
Name's gone, but-
I want to add a little fun fact in is that Auckland City, believe it or not, have the most appearances in Club World Cup history.
Really?
They've been in Club World Cup 12
Wow.
times.
What?
I don't know how.
This is how like Australia makes like every
It's
World
their
Cup.
Auckland
'cause
City
there's
isn't
no
even in Australia. I mean, they're
New
in the continent
Zealand,
of Australia,
New
but they're
Zealand,
in
yes,
New Zealand.
okay, yes.
I don't even know how that is, but yay, Auckland City.
Watch out for Kevin Zenon on Boca Juniors.
yeah. No.
What?
Okay.
Oh, guys.
You're just saying shit, huh? But Benfica, how are we assessing their season, the situation?
I really don't know how to feel about Benfica because we've let a lot of our best players leave over the past couple of weeks. Notably, Di Maria has gone. Arthur Cabral has gone. You obviously still have names like Artakoglu and Pavlidis. You still have Bellotti, who came in January and has been doing pretty well. But I just don't know how to feel with like big pieces and including our captain leaving just a couple of weeks out from the tournament.
Who?
I don't like that.
Who's your captain?
Di Maria.
Di Maria.
Di Maria was our captain.
It's been a really, really frustrating season, I think. You've been second in almost every department.
We is crazy.
In
That's
almost
okay,
every
that's
department, Benfica have been second this season. Second in the league, second in the cup, talking
Yeah.
Portugal.
Yeah.
Even the top goal scorer Benfica was the second top goal scorer of the league. The second assister of the league was a Benfica player.
Yeah,
So
cheers, man.
they've been second in every single department in the Portuguese league. So it's been very, very frustrating, especially when you know that in Portugal, if you're a club like Benfica, you should inexcusably be first every single year, I think.
You should.
And especially losing to Sporting, who haven't won 2 leagues in a row since decades, I think, right?
Yep.
It's been really frustrating. There's also I was doing a little bit of research. There's also the mood is very tense around the club because there's the presidential elections coming up.
My grandpa was talking about this yesterday.
Yeah,
yes.
and Rui Costa, who's the current president of the club, he hasn't put forward his candidacy.
Oh, really?
basically,
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's basically they don't know in what direction the club is going.
Exactly. You know what? I was debating on becoming a member.
A member.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Like a member of the club,
How do you do that?
a socios.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. that's how clubs like Benfica, that's how like Barcelona is run, because that's
Right.
how you have the president. Everybody votes and everything, but you pay like I think like 35 euros a year to be a socios.
You would pay 35 euros a year to be a member of Benfica.
I would.
Yeah, why not?
I would.
I'd do.
I pay £36 a year to be an Arsenal member.
I'm
So
not
that-
questioning your fandom.
But with you guys, it's like I'm,
we
sure,
have
I'm
no-
sure you get perks, but
I
you
have
don't
no
vote
say.
on like if Kroenke stays. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool though.
That would be cool.
Players to watch out for in. Give me 2 players to watch out for in Benfica.
And one of them better be Bruma.
One of them better be Carreras. If he's still
One of
there.
them is Carreras. I was worried that he wasn't going to stay
If
for a
he's
little
still there,
bit.
yeah.
The other, low key, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation. I have never said it right in my life. Schelderup,
Really.
a young left winger, Danish, and every single like he's usually like coming off the bench for us, like for Di Maria or for Artikoglu or for one of our wingers, and putting up good performances. Very tricky young guy, but he's going to probably be starting now, I would imagine, and I think could put his name in the shop window.
I like that. I was also looking at Kokchu.
Kokchu is obviously there
Obviously,
as well,
right.
of course. Florentino Luis is, I think, like an underrated, like solid piece of this team. Antonio Silva is always one to watch.
Yeah. I mean,
alongside Otamendi.
just off of the names on the team sheet, you would expect him to make another group.
Julian just went through the entire team and said they're all ones to watch. I love it. Maybe you are a fan. Maybe I need to get off your ass about the Benfica thing.
I don't know, man. What can I say?
Yeah, I think I've grown into
I'll let it slide.
accepting his fandom.
I'll let
now.
it slide. We have to give up the TFC fandom.
Can we move on, please?
I was saying, based off all the names on the team sheet, you would expect Benfica to get out of their group, even if it's been a frustrating season, and you would also almost want them, or Benfica fans almost need them to do good in this tournament so that they acquire a lot of money, or they get a lot of money from the prize pool, because it's looking a little bit more difficult financially for them. I have them just over Boca Juniors. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done all of the research in the world on Boca Juniors. I know that they're probably a team that can go under the radar, but from name alone and stature alone, you would expect Benfica to.
We could go on like a fairy tale run. Like we've beaten Bayern before. Like
Yeah,
we could do really well in this tournament. We could also come last in this group. Like third in this group.
There-
We're not. Auckland City, I'm sorry, is not beating us.
Are we kind of overestimating Bayern Munich a little bit? Maybe.
No, come on.
No?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
They almost like. I mean,
Bundesliga?
besides Barca, like they were the closest to beat Inter. I mean, besides PSG, obviously, but they were the closest to beat Inter Milan. Besides, two of the best teams in Europe this
Right.
season.
True.
It was a razor close
That is fair.
tie.
So clear number one for them then. Now.
Sure.
Yes, clear number one.
They won it before too, right?
Club probably.
I think so.
Yeah, I think literally the most important game of this group is the first one. It's Benfica against Boca Juniors.
Yeah.
I think that just determines how this entire group is going to pan out.
Absolutely.
Winner
Yes,
of
they
that
did.
is very likely to go through.
2012.
What's that?
They won in 2012.
They won what?
Club World Cup.
After winning the Champions League, of course.
Group D.
They won it
Group
twice.
D. Group D.
Group D.
Oh, LAFC is. Oh wait, no. Sorry. I'm. Go on. I'm gonna stop
Flamengo,
talking.
Espérance de Tunis,
Wow.
Chelsea, and LAFC.
You should talk about Esperance de Tunis.
I think Espérance de Tunis have something to do in this group.
They're low-key, they're kind of massive. They're a massive club, eh?
They're the biggest club in Tunisia.
Yeah.
That's for sure. What?
No, that's massive though.
Tunisia is a big country. Tunisia is a big country.
Bigger than Portugal, probably. I don't know. Is it?
Population wise, we're
Absolutely.
probably close. Probably
And-
close.
The one thing with Tunisia is their fans. Tunisian football, their fans are insane. You saw the celebrations in when PSG won the Champions League. I can guarantee you it's 10 times worse if Tunisia wins something of the equivalent. But for me, I have Espérance de Tunis at second in this group, and it all relies on
Wow.
the first
Really?
game of their campaign, which is against Flamengo. If you can win or get a point at least against Flamengo and start your campaign off very well, then you later play LAFC, who, as I've mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of
Not high on.
MLS teams, especially. I think LAFC might be the worst one on this list. You have Giroud starting. Does he even start anymore?
Not
He
really.
doesn't even look. He doesn't even look like half the
They still
player
have
that he
Hugo
once was.
Lloris.
Yeah, they have Lloris in there. What's his name? Bouanga.
Buanga.
Buanga, yeah.
Or Buanga, yeah.
They have him
Yeboah
too.
as
But
well.
yeah, I think they should beat LAFC. And then the third game they play is against Chelsea, who at that point would probably have already qualified, and maybe would be
They're not getting
fielding
a
a
point on
weaker
Chelsea.
team.
They're not getting a point on Chelsea,
You
bro.
know?
but Chelsea's
No, absolutely. I'm just
Chelsea in the Conference League was a
Yes,
bigger
yes.
step up
Yes.
than
Yeah.
yes.
this.
I just don't want people
Let's
to.
not take it too far.
No, I know, but they won't be playing their first team.
Chelsea,
Yes,
they could play their fourth. They could play their U18s. I don't care.
fair enough.
With all due respect, like
if you get a point against Flamengo and then win against LAFC, you are qualified.
I don't know. I'm kind of high on Flamengo.
Right?
I am
I'm
too.
gonna be honest.
I am
Yeah.
too.
They're first in the Brazilian league.
Yeah, it's
only
the-
conceded 4 goals this entire season. Do you know who their coach is?
Who?
Felipe Luis.
Oh, yeah.
Like
wow.
Atletico Madrid left back. That's why I wore this kit today.
Wow.
And what I think is the biggest thing with them is they have so much European experience. You guys remember Everton, the one that played for? Did he play
Yes.
for Everton?
He played for Benfica for a bit.
Right. Garrison from Marseille. They have Danilo from Juve and other also from he
Okay.
played for
City.
in Portugal too, right?
Man City.
And Man City as well. Alexandro. They just have a lot of European experience, which is something in a knockout style tournament that bodes well for me. So
It does,
Flamengo, their league position, only conceded 4 goals in the
Yeah.
entire 11 games so far this season. Their attack might be a little mid, but I think their defense and their midfield is definitely what's gonna propel them to 100% getting second in this group.
I agree. I have to agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, they're top.
100%.
They're top of the Brazilian
100%.
league right now.
100%.
100%.
100% they're going.
You want to
to
make a bet?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. What's on the line?
I don't know.
How about? Because they are the favorites to finish second,
Okay.
right? So if they win, if Esperance de Tunis finish second,
Mm-hmm.
you get me an Esperance de Tunis kit.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like where this
Okay,
is going.
and then
Where
what-
are you getting that from? I have
I'll
no
figure
idea.
it out.
And then if Flamengo, you can decide what I do if Flamengo wins.
I'll take a Flamengo kit.
Sure.
Okay.
Reciprocate it.
Okay. There you go.
There you go.
Real or fake though is the question.
Whatever cheapest for both of us. Yeah.
Whatever I found on WeChat.
Yeah. Anyway.
Are we doing Club World Cup fantasy, boys?
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Down.
I have not given any thought to my team, but if we want to pull it off, we might have a would it be called a fantasy roundup? Club World Cup fantasy roundup
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get there when we get there. We'll discuss it later.
Now,
Anyways.
now I'm supporting Esperance de Tunis. I'm on.
I might be a Flamengo supporter.
I'm on that train now. I might get the kit even if I don't win the bet.
This is the shit about the Club World Cup that I love. Okay?
Yeah.
Like putting our emotions into these teams that otherwise, let's be real, wouldn't really care about.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's why I
fair
love this
enough.
tournament.
Yeah.
Group
Anyways.
E?
Group E is Inter, Monterrey, River Plate, and Urawa Red Diamonds.
This is a very interesting
And
group,
what?
I think.
Urawa Red Diamonds.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Japanese team?
I was going to say it in an accent, but I didn't.
It's not South Park.
Yeah, well, I'm Asian.
This is an interesting group, I think. You have River Plate and Monterrey that can really go under the radar, I think. And then you have an Inter team that just lost their coach. So, and have a completely new coach.
True.
Just to clarify, we're doing the like our predictions of the award, like best after this,
Yeah,
right?
after-
Okay,
yeah.
just keep my mouth shut.
I have Inter second of this group.
Okay.
Look, I'm on.
I
I'm,
can see it
I'm
happening.
on the international train. I'm on the. I don't want to stick. Many people are underestimating Mexican football, I think. A lot of people are
I think
underestimating
so, too.
Mexican football. And you
Yeah.
look at, even just from the World Cup, they are consistently a team. Mexico is consistently a team that does well in the World Cup. Mexican football always goes under the radar. And I think they, especially Monterrey, who have a solid squad. They even have Sergio Ramos, let's not forget. But they can really do something in this group, I think.
The only thing I would say is that, one, I hate the Mexican football team just as a Canadian. I just hate them. But second, it has been like the rise of Canada and the other island nations in CONCACAF that I've kind of seen Mexico kind of more at the beginning of the 2020s take a downturn for the national team at least. But Mexican club teams, completely different story. In the CONCACAF Champions League, which is like the one that they've done, like the MLS, the Liga MX, and a couple of the
Liga
other.
MX.
Is that what it is now?
Liga MX.
Liga
MX
MX?
is I think you say Mekis.
Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No, it's because I'm in a Brazilian.
Yeah, I get
so
you. I
have
get
to do
you.
the Mexican
But
thing.
the CONCACAF Champions League, which is like the North American version of the Champions League, Mexico has dominated that tournament since its since its arrival
You're right.
in football.
In a lot of the previews that I've watched of the Club World Cup, a lot of people underestimate Mexican teams, and I don't want to make the same mistake because I think
Fair.
a lot of Mexican teams. I think there's only two, but both Mexican teams in this year's Club World Cup they won't go unnoticed. I don't think they'll go unnoticed.
Yeah.
So I have Monterrey first, and then Milan second, Inter Milan second.
I think it'd be kind of cool if River Plate went through because it could. There's this. I don't know off the top of my head what the outline for the bracket is, but there is a chance that River Plate could end up facing Boca Juniors at some point.
Really?
And that'd be
massive.
That'd be so sick.
So before Seattle Sounders won the CONCACAF Champions League,
Keep going.
before Seattle won the CONCACAF Champions League in 2022, it's been specifically only Mexican teams.
Really?
Club America, Pachuca, Guadalajara, Monterrey, Unal, Monterrey. Again,
And this year was
Cruz Azul.
Cruz Azul.
So they've dominated since, its existence. So, you could be right.
Honestly, I'm looking at my predictions. They might be woeful, but I had fun making these.
There you
I
go.
didn't want to be boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the best team top of the group every time. That's why I had to switch it up with Inter. And then later on in our predictions, Inter's gonna come up again. I don't think they're. It's just for me. It's the new coach thing. It's Christian Chivu. He kept Parma up by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
I'm not, and especially in such a short time span, I don't think he'll truly have his team playing in the way that he wants them to play just yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I'm really not sold on this Inter Milan team that have just made the Champions League final. Let's not forget.
Fair.
Might be crazy to say, but I seriously am not sold.
Okay.
Should
wanna
we,
Go to Group F?
Group F is Dortmund, Fluminense, Mamelodi Sundowns FC, and Ulsan HD FC. HD.
HD
They're high def.
4K?
Oh, they're 1080p. 1080p.
So
1080p FC.
a South Korean team and a South African team in here, a Brazilian team and a German team. I really like the look of this group, and in terms of groups I'm most excited to watch, obviously you have Group A, Group B with my team, and I think the next one up is Group F. It's just watching Dortmund against Mamelodi Sundowns is never something that I thought would happen in my lifetime, but I'm excited that it will happen.
Lads, be honest. Are
Yeah.
you guys watching Ulsan versus Mamelodi Sundowns?
I
Yes.
Could
On
be.
the 17th,
I
6
really
p.m.
like the cut
Yes,
of the
6
Sam,
p.m.
of
No
South
way.
African
I will be there.
team,
I will be there no matter what. And if I miss it, I'm watching a replay of it, full length.
I reckon I could be there.
Mamelodi Sundowns is the richest club in Africa.
Okay.
Fun fact. In their last 150 games that they played in their championship, they've lost 10 of them.
Wow. Can I add another
Go
fun
ahead,
fact? The Mamelodi Sundowns are often nicknamed the Brazilians because of their crest colors and kit, but they also they once held 70% of ball possession in a continental final. So I think I'm not even kidding.
Shout out the Sundowns, dude.
Dude, they're called the Brazilians because of the way they play,
The Sundowns.
how dominant they are. So
The
yeah,
Sundowns will not go unnoticed in this competition.
Hey, well,
Their
watch
campaign-
out.
Once again,
Oh, I don't
watch
know.
out what?
I was gonna say, watch out for Arthur Salles. He is Brazilian, their best player, and you know what?
Brazilian?
That he is almost valued at $1 million. So
Guys,
watch out for him.
But
Guys.
you see, the reason that Brazilians are playing in that league is because they're so rich that they can offer those types of contracts to players.
What's like their highest valued player? Oh, $2 million. Okay.
No,
Guys-
what about Lucas Ribeiro? He's Brazilian, worth 2.3.
Look,
Yes,
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. They just lost to Pyramids
Okay.
in the Confederation of African Football Champions League.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, where? When did
They
when
just
did
that's
this
their last game. They lost to Pyramids 2-1.
happen? That's not what it's. Oh yes, I see.
Pyramids.
I see.
This was a second leg, right? Because in
Yes.
Africa they do 2-leg finals.
Two leg
Yes.
final. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy wokeness.
Oh, that was the final. Oh, they lost the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
They
wow.
lost the final in the Champions
Wow.
League.
To Pyramids are a good team.
Pyramids is a good team. It's
Yeah.
a team in Tunisia.
Been around for a while.
I think
Team in Tunisia or Egypt. One of the
Ahmed
two.
Ahmed
I
Sami
would.
played
I'm
really
gonna
well in that
lean
game.
Egypt for no reason,
particular
no
reason?
particular
Okay.
reason, but I'm gonna assume it's Egypt.
It
But
is
in
Egypt.
2023, the
Can confirm.
Mamelodi Sundowns, they win the Champions League over Al Ahly, who are the most dominant team in Africa, right?
wow.
Al Ahly usually win all the Champions League. They're the ones that sweep all the trophies. But in 2023, Mamelodi Sundowns, they win the Champions League over them, which is what qualifies them for this tournament. And again, as a lot of these teams on here, their campaign solely relies on them being good in their first game against Ulsan, who I think is the weakest team in their group.
Fair.
If they can win against Ulsan, they then play Dortmund, who they will lose against. And if they can nick a point off Fluminense, that would mean that they qualify, and which would be huge for them.
Man,
Bro,
it's woke nonsense that there's two Al Alis.
Is there?
There
The
is?
Saudi one.
Oh,
yeah,
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 Al Hilal.
yeah. Spelled. No, Al Ali.
Oh, right,
is-
with the I.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one.
Right.
Yes.
Absolute
that
woke
woke
nonsense,
nonsense?
bro.
Okay.
Bro, looking at some of the names here in the Egyptian league, there's a national bank team just called National Bank.
Nice.
There's also Ceramica Cleopatra.
Yes,
That's a team.
yeah, bro. I bet you their
That's a
jersey's
team.
sexy.
100%.
That's a team.
Wait, I wanna go through one fun fact too. There's only one team in the Saudi Pro League right now that doesn't have Al before it, and their name is Damak.
Nice.
Damak.
Shout out Damak.
Damak FC.
Good. Good for them. How do we see this group going?
I don't know.
It's honestly just more fun
Yeah,
to like
Fluminense
talk
and
about
Dortmund
the teams than
and
figure out.
Fluminense and Dortmund.
Yeah.
It's either Fluminense or Dortmund, Fluminense, or Dortmund Sundowns. I think Ulsan.
I would
will
love
massively
Ulsan to-
underperform.
I would
They're
love.
not. They're not. They're a South Korean team. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not the favorites to beat Sundowns even. So.
1080p FC. That's what I'm
1080p
calling
FC.
them.
All right,
That's what
let's
I'm
do
calling
that.
them.
Alright. Shall we G it up?
Group G.
It's Al Ain.
Yeah.
Juve, City, and Wydad Casablanca.
Why
There's a clear top two here.
Yeah.
Clear top two here. City Juve.
City go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Top the group with 9 points. Juventus probably 6 points if we're being honest. Al Ain, how do you feel about their chances, boys?
I think they finished third of this group. I think Wydad Casablanca specifically, they only qualified to this for this World Cup because of their Champions League win in 2022. I saw.
So
But it was under, the Morocco head coach right now, the one that brought them to the semifinal,
Yep.
Regragui. He was the one managing Wydad Casablanca when they won the Champions League.
oh,
So that's why a big part of their success was tied to their coach. And ever since he's left, the team hasn't been good at all. They've been a shadow of what they were under him. So I see them finishing fourth of this group with Al Ain third, Juve second, and City first.
interesting. And Al Ain is in the United Arab Emirates Pro League.
Yeah.
And
UAE.
they also have an Al Nasser in that league as well.
Do they? I don't see it.
Actually,
Where is it?
They Al Nasser soccer club.
Blake is dumbfounded.
Seferovic plays for this team. Yo, what? Bro, what? That's crazy. Y'all remember Seferovic? And what was it? What tournament did
The
he pop
Euros?
off? Yeah. Is this even the right Seferovic? It has to be, bro.
It is.
The
He
Swiss
played for
one, yeah.
Benfica as
Played for
well.
Benfica too.
My old roommate from first year university is actually like cousins with this guy.
Really?
Swear to God. Swear
Shout
to God.
out, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
So clear top two for this group then, yeah?
yeah, I think so.
City, Juve.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Group H.
Group H.
Group
Very
H,
interesting
I
group.
think this might be my favorite group.
Mhm.
Really?
Al Hilal. Al Hilal.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm an Al Nasser fan.
Yeah.
Al Hilal.
Yeah.
Pachuca.
Uh-huh.
Real Madrid. Salzburg.
We might have very different rankings in this group, to be honest. I mean, the first one is obvious. It's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I would love.
I think it's
love
just-
a group stage exit. For
I
Real
think
Madrid.
it'd just be funny to be like, first one's obvious. It's definitely Pacho.
No, for what it implies for Xabi Alonso's first tournament, Trent's going to be there. I think Real Madrid need to
Yeah, they gotta
need to
show
make
out.
it up.
They'll have that youngster too.
The youngster.
Mastas Duono.
Mastantuono? Is he going to?
No.
No, he signed. Here he goes.
Oh,
No,
but he's not actually.
He's
going
not
yet.
going.
He's not going for the
He's
Club
staying
World
to.
Cup.
I was gonna bring him
I
up.
see.
He's staying with. Where is he? River
River
Plate.
Plate, yeah.
Oh, so he's
So
staying
he's
with them
staying
for
with
the Club
River
World
Plate
Cup.
for
Ah.
the Club World
That's
Cup,
good.
and then he's going
That'll
to.
be a great asset to their
Yeah,
arsenal.
then he's
for sure.
going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Oh
which
my
I
God,
like.
Salomon Rondon is on Pachuca. Wow.
So, in accordance to me not overrating the Mexican teams, I have Pachuca finishing second in this group and Al Hilal third.
What?
Who do Al Hilal have?
A lot of players.
A lot of players.
Do they?
And Inzaghi now.
SMS,
And Inzaghi now.
Neves. See, okay,
Mitrovic,
guys,
Milinkovic-Savic,
yeah.
Ruben Neves.
guys, I don't want to do this,
Koulibaly.
but why are there 2 Aldasaris on my team right now?
What?
There's 2 Aldasaris.
They're maybe brothers.
Maybe.
You never know.
There's
Bro,
Salem,
just-
Salem Aldasari,
You can't hate on
and
that.
Nasser Aldasari.
They have Renan Lodi.
Another
Yes,
Nasser.
bro.
And Zhao. Oh, shut up. They have Zhao Cancelo. And
Yes, dude.
Koulibaly. Oh my word.
And they'll finish third. With Salzburg fourth.
I think they
Goodness.
finished.
Were you
second.
hating on me for saying that there's 2 Aldasaris?
Yeah, that's like saying there's 2 Johnsons on the team.
You-
Like it's a common name. There's nothing wrong with it.
Probably is a common name.
He's trying. Okay. Julian's being politically correct today, apparently.
Salam Aldasari is a bit of a baller. Very much so.
What's your order, Julian?
My order is pure vibes. Real Madrid first. Probably Al second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Pachuca come third though.
Salzburg fourth.
I think
Salzburg are in a crisis.
legendary performance from Salman Rondon.
Yeah,
these
there.
games. No.
They're in a crisis. I mean, I have it written here. They have 3.5 times more budget than Sturm Graz, who won the league 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
But they still can't manage to win the league in the last years. They find it very difficult now to attract the best Austrian players. Sabitzer went through there, Leimer went through there, but now it's very difficult for them to attract these players like they did in the past. So
their
very
best
difficult
their
for them.
best player, Oscar Glauch, Israeli.
Israeli, yeah. It's Glauch? You say Glauch? I thought it was Gluck.
I think probably is Gluck. I just signed him on
Really?
an FM save a couple
Also,
years
after a
back.
couple players to watch here. Nene is one of them.
For good things.
Have you?
For good things.
Yeah. He's not breaking
Have you?
character today, huh?
Hmm?
You're not breaking character today, huh?
I know. What's going on with
Yeah,
him
what's
today?
happening with him?
Are you mad that I did the Benfica thing again?
No, guys, I'm okay. I'm just not as informed on this tournament, so I'm keeping
fair. That was-
quiet
that
a
was
little
me-
bit.
that was me
I don't
when
want
you
to be
guys make-
disrespectful to Nene and the likes.
And the Aldasaris.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Joan Gadou, center back, played for PSG.
No way.
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, play for PSG.
No, yeah, he's our TT.
TT?
Yeah, he's like an academy player.
Oh,
That's what we call them.
TT.
Oui,
Oui,
of course.
oui.
Dorgalez, I've heard okay things about. He's pretty
Yeah.
young.
Who?
Nene.
Oh,
That's the same player.
That's funny.
Oh, that's great. That is great. This is what the club will do.
This is what it does. Okay, so
Good.
do we want to go on to our
What's the time?
overall
What time are we at right now?
prediction? Probably an hour.
I'm sorry, Nene. I'm sorry. We're at an hour 10.
Yeah, okay, let's quickly
All
go
right.
through them.
So our categories for
Let's-
Cup
go
prediction.
ahead, say them.
so we have dark horse, flop player, flop team, player to watch, top scorer, and winner
Yes.
of the Club World Cup.
Don't we have hot take as well?
Hot take is yeah,
Whatever you
We
want.
can do that.
Okay. Well, we can.
Are we
scrunch it.
starting off with dark horse?
Let's start off with dark
Sure.
horse.
Sure.
I put
Can
2
we-
down.
Oh, I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Are we doing the same L shape?
Yeah. I
Or do
can
you want
flip-
to do L shape?
I thought we'd go L shape.
Let's do
Yeah,
L
let's do L
shape.
shape.
Let's do
Let's do
L
L shape. Go Miles.
It's J
Um,
shape, actually.
J, yeah.
No.
What's good with him today?
What? What?
Sorry, continue.
Motherfucker's a J shape.
Okay. I kind of wrote down a few just because like thoughts are around. Teams to watch. I went for Flamengo, obviously with the points that Blake made with
I thought we were going one category at a time, no?
yeah, but I'm saying
He
I
said he's multiple teams.
have
Yeah.
multiple teams.
Oh.
Flamengo just for being top. Exciting Brazilian team, obviously. And then another team we didn't really cover much, but I went for the Urawa Red Diamonds.
Really?
Sorry, that was really
Why-
hard pronunciation.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I didn't want to butcher it.
No, why'd you say it like that?
I can't say it properly.
He said
It is hard to say.
He
It's hard-
said no. He looked at me.
No,
He looked at me dead. I
no,
said,
Blake, don't.
Urawa.
No, Blake, stop. I went for the Urawa Red Diamonds. For the pure fact that I think that it has been shown in past World Cups that the Japanese team,
That is true.
the
Continue. just
Japanese team as a whole.
This happens to me
I
on a
know that
regular
not
basis.
everyone in this team is Japanese, but I think that the football culture. I'm just gonna power
Yeah, no,
through
let's do
it. The Japanese culture of footy is a really strong one and bands around community and hard work and teamwork together. And I think that, with a team coming from Japan, having really passionate, strong fans, we've seen it in past World Cups. Hopefully they can bring this to the club level. I think that I'm not necessarily saying that they can move forward into the knockout stage. But I think they will be a fun team to watch, and I think that their fans are known for just being amazing, passionate fans.
So
and
because Taiko Minamino put up a good performance in the World Cup, this Japanese team by extension,
as a whole,
bound
It
to do
almost
well.
it almost goes
Japanese-
into the same argument that I'm saying about Mexican football. It's almost the same
Yeah.
thing.
this is just
And
like
I totally agree with
they're
you.
just
No,
trying
I get
to
it,
bait me
but
out for like.
but you're saying like they've done really well in the World Cup, and it's like
the Japanese,
Recap me on
the
what they-
Japanese have a style of football that they play.
Yeah.
And
I
we've seen
find
it
it-
at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I totally agree with what you're
I
saying.
think it's also something with like it kind of goes under the same umbrella as like I think of sort of like the Croatian team or the Moroccan team where it's they don't have necessarily that star of Croatia kind of does, but when these teams come together as a whole and they play together, they do very well. I know I'm comparing this to international football, but I think that the Red Diamonds have a lot of Japanese players, and I think it can go for the same.
Guess
same-
the Japanese national team FIFA ranking right now.
Oh, it's like 12, 13, 15.
15.
Yeah.
wow.
It's high. It's high. I mean,
they're a good team. It's not just Minamino that's keeping them up.
Exactly. The term dark horse here kind of is taken out of proportion because dark horse usually is a team that'll go far in the tournament.
Yeah.
But to me, dark horse in this tournament, it's a team that'll surprise us. I'm not saying that the Mamelodi Sundowns will go on to reach the quarterfinals, but I think for me, they're one of my dark horse teams. I have the Mamelodi Sundowns, Al Ahly, and obviously now I need to add Espérance de Tunis because there's a bet going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I've said this before. I think the African teams in this tournament will surprise a lot of people.
Julian, go look at the Japan bomb.
No, these guys are.
Absolutely not.
No, do
Absolutely not.
No, do
Absolutely
it.
not.
I love how serious we're being.
The
about
Bro, we were doing so good.
it. Yeah, I wonder why.
Go look at
The national team.
Yeah, and you'll see why I'm laughing. Maybe it's not.
What is it?
What is he doing there?
I don't think.
What is it?
What is he doing?
Look at the
All right,
goalkeeper though.
all right,
Look at the goalkeeper.
I don't.
Oh no, there's
All
a
right,
different
all
goalkeeper.
All right. All right.
Goalkeeper plays for Parma.
Next.
His name's
Next.
Suzuki.
Oh, you're talking about Suzuki?
Yeah.
Good player. All right. Blake is
Okay.
causing a
No,
ruckus.
we need to go back because you guys.
You guys didn't say your teams. First.
Yeah, we didn't see
Yes,
the team 'cause
I
you guys
haven't said
can't
my
stay.
team.
Flamengo. Okay. I
No,
already said my piece.
mine was River Plate. I've just found out that Franco is staying there, so I think he's gonna
What's his last name?
Mastantuono.
Mastantuono.
Close.
I thought it
Close.
was Mastuono.
Mastantuono.
Mastan
Mastantuono.
Tuono.
Yeah.
It is Franco, right? I just
Franco.
pulled that out my
It's
ass.
Franco.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. I think he'll have a good. I'm excited to watch him now.
Yeah,
He's
Okay.
not going to Chelsea and ruining his career, so that'll actually be a little.
for sure. There's a lot of teams where you're excited to watch them because of rising stars.
Yeah.
Palmeiras is one of them with Esteval.
Yeah.
River Plate is another one.
Oh, that's someone we haven't
Mastantuono.
mentioned.
Okay. Flop team.
What's yours?
I said Flamengo.
Okay.
I already said
Any
my piece.
reasoning behind that, or just?
I kind of already talked about it, so we can move on. But
Yeah.
I can say it again. But Miles just talked about it. It's okay.
Okay.
I said it earlier in the pod.
All right.
It's gonna be a tougher edit for you, Julian.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Do you want me to? Flamenco is really good. Sorry.
What's next, boys?
Flop team.
Flop team.
Flop team.
I went with Inter Milan.
I went with Inter Milan as well.
Sorry.
Does Palmeiras count as a flop team if I don't think they're making out the group?
No.
I have Madrid. Of
Madrid?
Real.
Madrid?
Yeah.
As in, like, by what standard flop?
Like I feel like they can get out in like the quarters or the
Whoa, that wouldn't be a flop.
not
though,
quarters. The 16 out of
Round
16.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, would that? Yeah, I guess that would be considered a flop.
No, I'm gonna stick with Palmeiras as my pick. I think a lot of people are thinking that they're.
That's
gonna
a shitty
that They're
pick.
gonna go.
I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm joking. Continue.
No,
No, let him continue.
go ahead. I don't know.
A lot of people like them.
Yeah.
Fair.
Esteval and that.
Oh, if we go on, should we go on to flop player? Because I'll back you up on that.
Esteval.
Esteval's my flop player.
There you go.
Really?
Messinho is not getting it done.
No, he's
And
gonna be
why's
like Ronaldinho. I don't know what that
Okay.
was.
Well, so should we just move
That-
on to flop player?
That didn't make sense.
I mean, yeah, we already. Yeah. Why do you think you will flop?
I think there is a good amount of hype around him, and like, what does he really need to prove right now? Like, he'll be hungry because he's a young player and he wants to, play well for his club that he's not going to be there for next season. But I feel like he doesn't have much pressure on him to do much. So, I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to be an outstanding run of games for him or for the club in general.
Flop player for me is this is kind of like a cop out, but I have Ousmane Dembele. He's not going to play the first couple of games. We don't know how far PSG are going to go. I just don't think we're going to see similar
You
performances.
can see in
levels.
Antoine's head, his brain just
mean,
loading
I
up.
thought you were gonna make a joke because he was injured or something.
Yeah, I'll pick Kevin De Bruyne as my flop player. Yeah, he's I think he's leaving Manchester City. He's not playing in the Club World Cup.
Damn.
All right. No, but I'm just saying, Ousmane Dembele has so much hype behind him going to the Club World Cup because it's like this is where he seals the Ballon d'Or. Like there's narratives surrounding that. Like how is this going to
sealed
matter
already.
about that? And I just think like we are kind of like overestimating. Not that this has any importance, but that he's really going to stamp his authority onto this is the reason why I should win the Ballon d'Or when he's already done that. I just think he'll kind of show up. Maybe like Barcola will have a bigger task at hand or be relied on more in this tournament. We just won't see the same Ousmane Dembele as the Champions League. Does not mean at all that he's a bad player. We're not going to be making fun of him. We're just not going to see him much. That's all.
Nice, I like that.
Flop player, I went with Dusan Vlahovic.
Okay.
What expectations are on Dusan Vlahovic right
None.
now?
I just don't like him as a player. I don't like Juventus. Boring team. I hope they get knocked out in the group stage. And he is their main striker. He's the guy that's meant to give them goals. Didn't bring it last season. Didn't bring it this past season. Don't think he'll bring it Club World Cup.
I just don't think
Next.
there's a single person on earth going, you know who I really think is going to do well this tournament?
Dusan.
You know, I can't wait to watch. Wow.
My flop player is a guy that I've criticized in the past and it bit me in the ass.
Uh.
It's Marcus Thuram. I think after his horrific performance in the Champions League final and his 2 horrific performances against Spain and Germany, respectively, he is on a very difficult patch mentally. And I think if he can overcome that, it would be very good for him. But I don't see it happening. So I think he'll flop in this tournament. And it goes in accordance with Inter being my flop team. So
That's a high IQ pick, as per from you, Antoine.
thank you. Yours is as well. Picking an injured player. I like that.
That was just so not necessary.
Joking.
Not necessary.
I'm joking.
Not necessary
I'm
whatsoever.
joking. I'm joking.
Damn.
I think
joking, bro.
I had more rationale behind my pick than he did.
That's true.
Thank you. At least my player is actually hyped up
For him, it was,
and can disappoint.
I hate Juve. I hate the player.
What?
I tend to just. I think both of them.
If you go for- if you went for, like-
you were
little-
laughing at the Japanese.
If you went for like
No.
Colomwani,
the
wait,
Urawa Red Dragons,
is Colomwani
Red
at the Club
Diamonds.
World Cup for Juve?
Yeah.
Yes. If you said like Colomwani, like that would have been a little bit
Yeah.
more like okay because
Yeah. Could have.
Colomwani.
Next up.
next up is what?
Next up, we have player to watch.
Better watch. Go on.
I have 3. Sorry. I got very excited. I have Lucas Ribeiro of Mamelodi Sundowns. Their talisman. This guy's going to give him goals. I have Kojo Fodolaba of Al Ain. In 21 matches this season in the league, he has a 24 goal
Yeah,
contributions.
the striker. I did see that as well.
And
Flag
then-
on the play.
Who?
Flag on the play.
Kojo
What the
Fodolaba.
what are we doing?
Why are you saying it like that?
I'm sorry. What did I do wrong?
Say it again one more time.
Slow, super slow.
Kojo. What? Kojo. Kojo.
Yeah.
Fo.
Yeah.
Fo. Fo. Do. Doh.
Yeah.
Laba. Laba.
Actually, I really like going to Pho to eat. It's really good.
What have I done wrong? I do a bit of research. I put my
No,
time.
I
in.
do. I do. I like that pick actually.
Wait, who's he playing for? Why not?
Al Ain. I
Al
think.
Ain.
Yeah.
Their
And
top
then-
goal scorer. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
What's his stat line again? 20-something matches.
In 21 matches in the league, he has 24 goal
Yeah.
contributions.
he'll be their main outlet for sure.
Yeah. And then the last one. Oof.
Flag on the play.
What's the
No.
flag? bro?
Encroachment.
Stop.
Wait, his name is just Kojo Laba.
Okay. Well, my sources tell
And
me
the third guy,
otherwise.
you said you had a third.
The third guy, oh Jesus. Georgine de Arrascaeta.
Okay. Oh wait, I know him. Is he Uruguayan?
I don't know. He plays for Flamengo.
Is he Uruguayan?
Potentially.
Look on his profile.
Yeah. Why
He
does
doesn't have a profile. He just has these names in his notes.
No, because I wrote it down.
No way, bro.
He is Uruguayan. Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
So the reason why I picked him is not only is he a good player for the team that I have as a dark horse, but he in the Brazilian league last season he had a goal contribution every 53 minutes.
Okay.
And I like the cut of his jib. He's a good
Do you know
player.
what he looks like?
He's the one with
hold
with
on.
the hair, right?
He looks a bit like Riyad Mahrez mixed with Valverde.
He looks like Giroud a little bit from here.
I remember he was starting the World Cup and he had a couple decent performances.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't remember shit.
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
I did fundamental research. That's my team.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
I
I thought you were just to troll.
No, I actually
Okay,
was.
okay.
I actually was.
So
Julian.
yeah, those are my 3 players to watch. Thank you for listening.
I have Rodrigo Mora.
Okay.
Porto could do well in this tournament.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Palmeiras versus Porto is going to be a very interesting game. All the attention is going to be on Estevao, and I think Rodrigo Mora is going to steal that spotlight.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. And then PSG can come in and pay a little fee to get him.
There you go.
100%. Hey, you didn't get Franco. You could get Rodrigo
Yeah,
Mora instead.
fuck Franco.
Oh.
We're hate watching Franco now. He wanted us. Actually, he didn't want us clearly, but
Yeah.
I think Rodrigo's. I think he's actually going to get minutes this year, and I think it kind of curses Rodrigo and that team. And I think he's going to leave now. I think that's set in
Really?
stone now. No, I was telling you this the other day.
Oh yeah. True.
What was the other thing I was telling you the other day? You were like, you have to say that on pod.
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh, it was about transfers, I think.
Oh, it's about the Spurs manager.
Yeah.
Kind of unimportant.
Thomas
I said
Franco.
Ange is going to be back within 2 years
The fuck?
That's
Weird, right?
at Spurs. I think he's going to be Spurs manager again.
That's a
Within like
random
2 or 3
ass
years.
it's a random
Yeah.
prediction. Like
Mohamed Ray.
who?
is my. He also plays for Wydad Casablanca. Apparently, we're
Okay.
good at Wydad truthers today.
Are we?
He has 11 goals in the league,
Okay.
5 yellow cards. Which
What's his market value?
800K.
Game is so gone.
What do you mean?
Flags,
What do you mean? He's like their best player,
flags
pretty
on
much.
the play.
He's like their
Flags
best
on
player.
the play.
So I think Mohamed Ray is a tricky winger with some Dutch flair.
Let me look him up. What's his name?
Mohamed Ray. He's Dutch apparently. I don't know where
How do you spell
How do you
Oh, I
spell
saw.
Rahi? How do you spell Rahi?
Rayhi. Rayhi.
Rahi.
Rayhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Oh, Rahi. He has 1,000 followers on Instagram.
not him.
Yeah, it's probably the wrong one. Yeah.
Anyway,
So Rahi for you?
yeah.
I like Miles' Mamelodi Sundown pick. I'm gonna go for their goalkeeper, Ronwin Williams, 33-year-old goalkeeper. He notably his biggest moment in his career was in the last AFCON where Cape Verde and South Africa played against each other. It went to penalties,
Okay.
and this motherfucker stopped 3 penalties to qualify South Africa to an AFCON.
This is the
semifinal.
Mamelodi Sundowns keeper.
What's the name?
Ronwin Williams.
Ronwin Williams.
Ronwin, Ronwen Williams.
What are you looking up on your computer right now?
One of
He
these
looked up-
guys. One of these guys have to be on LinkedIn or
He
something.
looked up Mohamed Ray on LinkedIn.
That's crazy.
Lord,
That's-
forgive me. What are you doing?
Because some of these guys aren't.
Oh, he's looking for
Aren't
a player
professionals.
for no, bro. Come on.
Bro, I'm telling you, especially on like Auckland City and stuff, these aren't full-time
I'll find it for
footballers.
you
Some of them are
right now.
on LinkedIn, bro. I'm gonna message them on LinkedIn, telling them good
Bro,
luck.
we should get
Get
one.
on the pod,
Wait, we
bro.
should get them on the pod.
Ronwin Williams on the pod,
no,
bro.
Loki. Dude, we actually should. We totally should.
It's right here. Is that so hard? Rahi.
Yeah, there you go. But
So, yeah,
I'm
Ronwin
trying to,
Williams
I'm trying to
for me.
network here, guys.
Okay, bet.
If the Mamelodi Sundowns go on a round of 16 run and find success in this tournament, a big part of that will come from the goalkeeper.
Yo,
Ronwin
this is getting to Animal 11.
I was just gonna say when you
Oh,
the
come on,
Mamelodi
man.
Sundowns are gonna do
Williams.
it.
There's no way
You
you just. That's crazy.
What?
You just compared Ronwin Williams to an animal.
No. No.
You didn't have to make
I
it
don't
weird.
even know what he looks like. Is he black?
Oh, VAR. Flag on the play.
I didn't know. I
Flag
meant
on the
I
play.
meant the vibes. Okay. Anyway.
Watch like Mamelodi Sundowns concede like fucking 10 goals, and this guy be like the next Onana. Like this shit he says.
I think it'd be so funny if we get a clip of him, all
Oh,
the goals that he
that's
allowed
funny.
while you're saying.
Man.
That's funny.
Okay.
Next up is
Top scorer.
top goal scorer,
Yeah.
Milesy.
Top goal scorer. I hope you'll
From
be.
the Aurora Red Diamonds.
No. I hope you'll be playing Harry Kane. Just you'll
Yep.
feast on those teams.
That's
man.
exactly what I was about to say. I have Harry Kane because I think he's getting 4 against Auckland.
No, he's getting 10 against Auckland. I have Harry Kane as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Omar.
Marmouche?
Okay.
Because I think they're gonna go far.
I do. I think so as well, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. It's a good shout.
But yeah, no, I think the top goal scorer race could be wrapped up after the group stage.
Yeah, true.
It's just unfair.
Yeah.
Bro, they're playing on beginner difficulty.
You know, they actually are.
I think my dad was actually telling
Actually,
me like, the Auckland team is semi-professional.
Any Omar Kamal shouts? Right back for Al Ali?
Right back, and you're asking me if he's gonna be top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think that's their right back. I have the right back written here. It's Atia Allah. That's their
His last name's Allah?
Yeah.
Like
that's
God?
Aura. Yeah, that's Aura.
That is Aura.
Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
They also have Trezeguet Al Ahly.
No, right back's Henny.
I know that guy. I watched him in AFCON.
Really?
Yeah, Mohamed Henny.
What are you doing, Julian?
Looking up Auckland City players on LinkedIn.
Actually, there's a guy. He's from Auckland City. Since they're not a professional club, the players have to like have a different job, or they find a different job. But there's a guy who documents his life as an Auckland fan, and he's on social media, and he's like, in 2 weeks I'll be playing against Real Madrid.
That's actually so funny.
But he's just a normal guy, bro.
That's so funny.
I found one.
Did you?
Oh, he's private. Damn it. I found the head coach.
No way.
Bro, imagine we can get one of them
We
on.
need to try to get
We
one
should
of
try.
The Auckland City FC general manager, Gordon Watson, is on LinkedIn.
Nice.
Follow him right now.
He's a LinkedIn premium member.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Like he pays like $100 a year to like, you get like extra, like you can DM anybody. You can see who views your profile. It's like Tinder Plus, but for LinkedIn.
We have
That's what
we have over 35,000 more followers in Auckland City FC on TikTok.
Wow.
you don't have to get disrespectful.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Shall I continue?
Okay, who's your winner, everyone? Wait, do we finish it?
Yeah, we do winners. I think
Oh.
that's the last.
Who's your winner?
Oh, I didn't do that. Bayern.
I have Bayern too.
I have Manchester City.
I have Manchester City.
I think they need to win this.
I think a big tournament for Elise, I feel like.
Do we have hot? Oh, do you guys want to do hot take or?
Hot take: the Mamelodi Sundowns reached the round 16.
Oh.
Actually, no. Espérance de Tunis.
Hot take Urawa.
You want to change the bet
What?
real quick? Change the Tunis from the Mamelodi to the Mamelodi Sundowns. Actually, no, because Flamengo's in the bet.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
My hot take was Inter Miami won't make it out of the group stage.
I feel like that's not hot.
What is it?
Really?
Which one?
Inter
That's,
Miami.
that's lukewarm at best.
What the fuck? What the
God.
That's fine.
Lukewarm at best. Fuck you guys. The one day I do my research, I'm getting like called out for shit.
Bro,
like,
that's what happens
we're
at-
the red. How did you pronounce that name? Like, bro, come on.
Bro, that's just trying to get clip. That's just not
I
a
know
clip.
you're
That's
trying to
wanna
get
la- I just
clips,
want to
but-
laugh.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, let's wrap it up, Joe.
Let's wrap it up. Excitement level out of 10
okay.
for the Club World Cup is the last thing I'm going to say.
9.
Ow!
Yeah. No, I'll be tuning into.
I'm like a 7-8.
I was gonna say 7.5.
Say 7-8. What the fuck?
Bro, get out of my
It's
head.
like Dave Portnoy every picture
Okay,
he reviews is
okay,
a
wait. Say a word on 3. No, say a player on 3. A football player.
7-8. No, wait.
No, say a player on 3.
Lad.
First and last name. First and last name. You know who I want to say. You know how I'm gonna say. You ready?
No, I have no idea.
No.
I have no idea.
No,
what you're
say a player. 3, 2, 1.
Ronaldinho?
Fuck. I was gonna say Bruno Fernandes.
Not even close. All right. Because you said how I'm going to say it. Oh, so anyways.
Okay.
All right. So we're not linked, I guess. Anyways. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of the 6ixYardBox podcast.
One episode.
The countdown is on for the Club World Cup, and I could not be more excited.
Cannot wait to listen to you guys.
Oh my god, me and Blake are gonna be snoozing.
Why,
off.
Dad, and
We'll be-
Nah, I'll watch a little bit.
I won't be here next pod, so y'all have fun.
Oh, yeah, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe you can catch a game.
What day does it start?
maybe.
Could catch a game.
Dude,
It starts on Friday.
This
Opening
coming
game is, I
Al-
believe,
Al
Al
Ahly
Ali
against Inter
versus
Miami.
Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Barn burner.
Friday? No. Al Ahly to shock the world. Let's go. Continue your outro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a little bit off the rocks, but I hope you enjoyed. Again, this has been episode 104 of the 6-Yard-Box podcast. This has been me, Miles, Blake, and European champion Antoine.
Thank you.
If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, hit that big red button to never miss another episode. If you're watching on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast, give us a little 5-star rating and let us know who you got for the Club World Cup. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making it this far in the episode, and we will see you very soon.
We out.
See ya.
Peace.